Hi, everybody. This is Heather Coleman, your intuitive medium and spiritual guide. Welcome to our Monday Learn video on the topic of your spirit guide team. A question that I hear all the time is, who's on my spirit guide team? I want to know who's on my team and how do I connect with them? Those kinds of questions. And in terms of what is specific and individual to you, that, of course, for me to tell you that requires a private or a group reading. But there are so many ways that you can learn about what types of beings do you have on your team and how can you learn about them on your own. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. So the first thing I always like to tell people is that there are four main types of spirit guides, and everyone I've ever met has each type represented on their team. So there are deceased loved ones, and that is something that I like to explain. Sometimes deceased loved ones are a lot easier to hear and sense because they are closer to us still in vibration. They have more recently been in an earthly life, in a body, and so deceased loved ones often are some of the easiest, if not the easiest, spirit team members to understand and to feel connected to and to feel clear and confident that we're connecting with them. Another type of spirit guide team members that everyone has are angels. Now, there are 12 different classifications of angels. Not everyone has every classification of angel on their team, but everyone does have a guardian angel or three. So some people have one, some people have two. Many people also have several other types of angels, which I won't go into detail on, but I've never seen a person with less than 3 angels, and I've seen as many as 2,000. Yes, I have met people, done readings for people that have 2,000 angels assigned to them personally. However, that's not the norm. The average is about 7 to 12. So the average person has 7 to 12 angels that are assigned to them, part of their team, meaning they never leave their side. You're always wrapped in their wings at all times. So it's amazing that we forget this, and most people, we don't even consciously realize this. So everyone has angels. The third type of spirit guide would be your master spirit guides. Those, for some people at least, can be among the slightly more difficult to understand because master spirit guides have been with us, as have our angels, since before birth. They are very highly evolved souls, and their primary job is to guide us on our earthly journey. Often they are the guides that are a little harder to hear. If you're a beginning medium and you're becoming telepathic, they can be a little harder to understand because they're at such a high vibrational frequency. But again, their primary role is to guide you. And there are so many different ways that they do that for you. Now, the fourth type of spirit guide are animal spirit guides. And what's really fascinating to me is that animals have all kinds of different classifications for us. Similar to the angels in the sense that people will have a range of types and numbers. Two things that everyone has is a power animal and a comfort animal. So everyone has a power animal and a comfort animal. Then it ranges from there. I've seen people with 5 animals. I've seen people with 20. I've seen people with 100. So it really depends on the person, who your animals are. What type of animal you have on your spirit team has so much to do with how you are as a person, what zodiac sign you were born under, what your life purpose is, and what your elements are in your soul, which is pretty fascinating. And we'll get to more of that in some future videos. Another thing I like to enlighten people, because a lot of people don't even know this, including other mediums that I've met, but everyone has a gatekeeper. Most people have 1. I've occasionally seen people who have 2. Now, the gatekeeper is your guard, your secret service. Now, the angels do this as well, as do many of the animals, but everyone has let's say, one spirit that is their primary guardian, their gatekeeper. So this is not a guardian angel. There is a difference between that. Gatekeepers range in security levels. there are low, medium, and high security level gatekeepers. And so a lot of people are very fascinated to learn that, let's say, I'll use myself as an example. If you are anything like me and you have a high security gatekeeper, you will notice that you don't have a lot of issues with ghosts. I didn't have any ghosts as a kid. I never heard them and saw them. When I opened up as a telepathic medium, it was a gradual process in my 30s, and now I am a very clear, open medium. And that is because I have a gargoyle, a high security gatekeeper. Now, medium security gatekeepers are not usually the big cats. The big cats are always high security. Medium security gatekeepers, you might have some interference, some confusing messages that you get on the other side. Now, low security gatekeepers, and they are often, not always, and not limited to watery creatures like eels, salamanders, big fish, that kind of thing. So reptilians, although reptilians can be high, medium, or low security. But that being said, low security gatekeepers, what that can look like, I'm going to use an example, just not giving any details to protect the privacy of these involved individuals, but some of my clients, some parents had reached out to me that they have a 5-year-old son who is just inundated with all kinds of spiritual information, day, night, sees them the same way you and I see each other, hears them, doesn't know how to distinguish who is who. And this young boy was overwhelmed. And why was this happening? Compare that to someone like myself as a good example. Why wasn't I like that at 5 years old? Well, I have a high security gargoyle for a gatekeeper. And this particular young boy has an electric eel, a very low security gatekeeper. And so there are reasons for all this. It's not like one gatekeeper is better than the other. There's a reason you'll have a different type of gatekeeper. And so that's the reason you have this young man who's getting a lot of communication from the other side, and he doesn't quite know what to do with all of it. And that's why I do the work that I do. So if that's you or someone that you know, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and we'll get you figured out. We'll get you some strategies. We'll help you make sense of what's happening. So I hope you found this video interesting. We are going to have some upcoming circles about male and female spirit guides, and that's going to be coming up in May and June. So I look forward to that. And I sort of say that's playfully because, as some of you may already know, spirit guides and angels really do not have a gender. In fact, they are not truly gendered. So the reason that we are going to have circles and events with the theme of male spirit guides, and a whole separate circle for female spirit guides, the reason for all of that is that when your angel, deceased loved one, even deceased loved ones, or spirit guide, if they're connecting with you in a way that is more, say, masculine, there is a reason for that. There's a part of you that needs that. So those are the kinds of things that we're going to explore when we look at male versus female spirit guides in future videos and in future events. As always, guys, comment on this video if something resonates with you. If there's something that you found fascinating in here that you want to learn more about, drop me a suggestion. We'll put it in a future Learn video. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this. Find me on Facebook. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Namaste.